Part 1. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, some of the things you're putting on your plate for breakfast, thinking you're doing yourself a favor, might actually be working against you? It's a frustrating thought, isn't it? You try your best to eat right, especially as we get a little older and know how important it is to look after ourselves. You grab something you've seen advertised as healthy, or maybe it's just something you've always had, something easy and familiar, assuming it's helping keep everything running smoothly, especially your blood pressure. But the painful reality is, sometimes those seemingly innocent breakfast choices are loaded with hidden ingredients that can send your blood pressure soaring without you even knowing it. It's like a secret saboteur hiding in plain sight right there in your kitchen. It's easy to feel a bit confused about what's truly good for you versus what just claims to be. In this video, we're going to uncover the truth about 5 common breakfast foods that many people think are healthy, but can actually raise your blood pressure. We'll talk about why they aren't quite what they seem and, more importantly, what you can choose instead. Stick with me, because watching to the end might just surprise you with a simple change that makes a real difference. Part 2. Let's dive right in and start with the first one, a classic breakfast staple that often gets a health halo: instant oatmeal. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oatmeal. Isn't that supposed to be good for cholesterol and heart health? And yes, traditional, plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats are absolutely fantastic for you. They're full of fiber, they release energy slowly, and they're naturally low in sodium and sugar. They're a champion breakfast food. The problem creeps in with the instant or flavored versions that come in those little packets. We grab these because they're quick, they're convenient, and the boxes often have pictures of fruit or happy, healthy-looking people. The marketing makes them look like the epitome of a healthy start to the day. They cook in a minute or two, perfect when you're in a hurry. But if you take a moment to look closely at the nutrition label on those instant, flavored oatmeals, you'll often find 2 unwelcome guests lurking near the top of the ingredient list: added sugars and sodium. Yes, sodium, or salt. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Why would oatmeal, a sweet or fruity breakfast, need salt? Well, manufacturers add it for flavor, and often, to extend shelf life. The amount can vary, but many single-serving packets contain anywhere from 100 to 250 milligrams of sodium, or even more. While one packet might not seem like a huge amount, think about it. That's just one small part of your day, and that sodium adds up quickly, especially when you consider that the recommended daily limit for most adults, and particularly for those managing blood pressure, is around 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams. Starting your day with a significant chunk of that limit in a single, small bowl of oatmeal is not ideal. Beyond the salt, the added sugar is also a major issue. Those maple and brown sugar, apples and cinnamon, or peaches and cream flavors often come with a heavy dose of added sugar. This sugar contributes to overall calorie intake without providing much nutritional value. And consistently high sugar intake is linked to weight gain, inflammation, and can indirectly contribute to higher blood pressure over time. Your body has to work harder to process all that sugar. So, while the oats themselves are healthy, the instant flavored packets can turn a nutritional powerhouse into something that's working against your blood pressure goals. Think about it. You pour the packet into the bowl, add hot water, and within minutes, you're eating something you believe is wholesome. Meanwhile, you're consuming more salt and sugar than you realize, right at the start of your day. This is the painful reality. We trust the packaging, the convenience, and the common perception of a food, without always digging into the details on the label. It's a common trap. What's the alternative? It's simpler than you might think, and honestly, much more satisfying once you get into the habit. Switch to plain, rolled oats or steel-cut oats. These take a little longer to cook, maybe 5 to 10 minutes for rolled oats on the stovetop, or even less in the microwave if you're still pressed for time. Steel-cut oats take longer but are fantastic if you can make a batch ahead of time. The key is they contain only oats. Then, you control the flavor and the sweetness. You can add fresh or frozen berries for natural sweetness and antioxidants. They're amazing for you and won't spike your sugar or sodium. A sprinkle of cinnamon or a dash of vanilla extract adds warmth and flavor without sugar or salt. If you like a bit of sweetness, a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup or a few drops of stevia is much better than the boatloads of sugar in the packets. Add some nuts or seeds for healthy fats and extra fiber. This way, you get all the incredible benefits of oats without the hidden blood pressure-raising ingredients. It's a small change in habit, going from the packet to the plain oats, but it makes a world of difference for your health and your blood pressure in the long run. It gives you control back. Now that we've tackled sneaky instant oatmeal, let's move on to another breakfast item that might be fooling you. Part 3. Picking up where we left off with unexpected sources of salt and sugar in the morning. Let's talk about something else many people reach for, believing it's a cornerstone of a healthy breakfast. Flavored yogurt. Just like oatmeal, plain, unsweetened yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, is a fantastic food. It's packed with protein, calcium, and often beneficial probiotics which are great for your gut health. It's creamy, versatile, and can keep you feeling full until lunch. The plain version is naturally low in sugar and sodium. It's a winner. But walk down the dairy aisle, and what do you see row after row of yogurt cups in every flavor imaginable? Strawberry, vanilla, peach, mixed berry, coffee, key lime pie. The list goes on and on. These flavored yogurts are incredibly popular because they taste good. They're convenient little single-serving pots, and they're marketed as healthy snacks or breakfast options. They often feature pictures of fruit and emphasize calcium or protein. However, the vast majority of these flavored yogurts, even those labeled low-fat or fat-free, are loaded with added sugar. It's shocking when you start reading labels. A small container of flavored yogurt can easily contain 15, 20, or even 25 grams of sugar. To put that in perspective, 4 grams of sugar is roughly equal to 1 teaspoon. So, that little cup of yogurt might contain 4, 5, or even over 6 teaspoons of added sugar. The American Heart Association recommends no more than about 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. Eating one flavored yogurt for breakfast could put you close to or even over that daily limit before you've even had another bite of food. Why is this a problem for blood pressure? Consuming high amounts of added sugar regularly is linked to weight gain. Yes, but it also has more direct impacts. High sugar intake can lead to inflammation in the body, make your body produce more insulin, and can negatively affect the function of your blood vessels. Over time, this contributes to higher blood pressure. It's another case where the healthy label masks a significant issue hidden in the ingredients and nutrition facts. The transition here is simple. Just like with the oatmeal, opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt. Buy the large tub of plain Greek yogurt or plain regular yogurt. Then, just like with the oatmeal, you add your own flavor and sweetness using natural, healthy ingredients. Fresh or frozen berries are perfect. A sliced banana, a few chopped nuts or seeds, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a drizzle of honey or pure maple syrup sparingly, as these are still sugars. But you control the amount. This way, you get all the protein and calcium benefits of the yogurt without the massive dose of added sugar that can contribute to elevated blood pressure. It takes only an extra minute or two to scoop yogurt from a tub and add your own toppings, and the health payoff is enormous. Now, let's think about something you might grab on the go. Maybe from a coffee shop or the bakery section of the grocery store. Something that feels like a treat, but is often positioned as a breakfast item. Store-bought muffins and pastries. These look appealing, often large, sometimes with fruit visible, or labeled with comforting names. You might think, a muffin has fruit in it. That can't be too bad. Or, it's just a small pastry. They're convenient if you're rushing out the door or meeting a friend. The issue with most store-bought muffins, scones, croissants, and similar pastries is that they are essentially cake or cookies in disguise. They are typically made with refined white flour, which lacks the fiber of whole grains, large amounts of sugar, unhealthy fats like refined vegetable oils or trans fats, though less common now, and yes, often a surprising amount of sodium, which is used in baking to enhance flavor and texture. Let's break down the impact. The refined flour and high sugar content cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels. This crash later can leave you feeling tired. But more importantly, frequent blood sugar spikes can contribute to inflammation and insulin resistance over time, both of which are bad news for blood pressure. The unhealthy fats can contribute to plaque buildup in your arteries, making it harder for your blood to flow smoothly, thus increasing pressure. And the sodium, added for taste and structure, directly contributes to higher blood pressure by causing your body to retain water and putting strain on your blood vessels. A single large store-bought muffin can contain more sugar than a can of soda and as much sodium as a serving of potato chips, alongside a significant amount of unhealthy fats. It's a triple threat, while having one occasionally as a treat is fine for most people. Making these a regular part of your breakfast, even just a few times a week, is consistently bombarding your system with ingredients that promote higher blood pressure. They lack the fiber, protein, and healthy fats that make a breakfast truly satisfying and healthy. Instead of grabbing a muffin, consider making your own simple whole grain muffins at home where you can control the ingredients, reducing sugar and using healthier fats and adding things like nuts, seeds, and real fruit. Or, even better, opt for breakfasts based on whole, unprocessed foods, an apple with a handful of almonds, a piece of whole wheat toast with avocado, or some plain yogurt with berries provides fiber, healthy fats, and protein to keep you full and provide sustained energy without the blood pressure pitfalls of processed pastries. It's about choosing foods that nourish your body and support healthy blood flow. Next, we'll dive into another popular breakfast choice that needs careful consideration. Part 4. Continuing our look at breakfasts that might not be as healthy as they seem for your blood pressure, let's turn our attention to something many people whip up thinking it's the ultimate health drink. Smoothies. Specifically those made primarily with fruit juice or pre-made mixes. Now, homemade smoothies can be incredibly healthy when you blend whole fruits, vegetables, and add things like yogurt, nuts, seeds, or protein powder. You get a dose of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and protein. That's the good side of smoothies. The trouble arises when smoothies become sugar bombs. This often happens when the liquid base is fruit juice. Even 100% fruit juice is concentrated sugar without the fiber of the whole fruit or sweetened non-dairy milks. Or when you add multiple servings of high-sugar fruits without balancing it with other ingredients. Pre-made bottled smoothies from the store are often the worst culprits, containing massive amounts of sugar, sometimes more than a large soda, and very little fiber because the pulp has been removed. Even smoothies ordered at juice bars can be problematic. Ask what they put in them. Drinking a large amount of liquid sugar, even from fruit, can cause a significant spike in your blood sugar levels. This spike triggers an insulin response, and consistently high insulin levels can contribute to inflammation and arterial stiffness over time, negatively impacting blood pressure. While fruit is healthy, the amount of sugar you consume in a large juice-based smoothie, especially quickly on an empty stomach, is much higher than you'd get from eating a piece or two of whole fruit. The fiber in whole fruit helps slow down sugar absorption, something that's often lost in juicing or over-relying on juice as a base. Think about making orange juice. It takes several oranges to make one glass of juice. You wouldn't typically sit down and eat 3 or 4 oranges in one go for breakfast, but you might easily drink the juice equivalent. The sugar from those multiple oranges hits your bloodstream much faster without the fiber to buffer it. So, How do you make a smoothie blood pressure friendly first? Ditch the juice as the base. Use water, unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened soy milk, or unsweetened dairy milk. Second, focus on including vegetables. A handful of spinach or kale blends in easily and adds nutrients and fiber without much sugar. Third, include a source of protein and healthy fat. A scoop of plain yogurt, a tablespoon of nut butter, chia seeds, flax seeds, or a scoop of protein powder will make the smoothie more filling. Slow down sugar absorption and provide beneficial nutrients. Limit high sugar fruits to 1 or 2 servings per smoothie and balance them with lower sugar options like berries or green vegetables. Making your own at home gives you complete control over the ingredients and sugar content. Finally, let's look at a category that might seem confusing because it includes many options. Certain breakfast cereals. Just like with instant oatmeal and flavored yogurt, the world of breakfast cereal is vast. There are genuinely healthy options. Whole grain cereals low in sugar and sodium, high in fiber. But there are also many cereals marketed with health claims, heart healthy, good source of fiber, added vitamins that are surprisingly high in added sugar and sodium. Look closely at the nutrition label. Many popular cereals, even those targeted at adults, contain significant amounts of sugar per serving. And who eats just the recommended serving size? Most of us pour more sugar is often one of the first ingredients listed, indicating it's present in large quantities. High sugar intake, as we've discussed, is detrimental to blood pressure health. Less obvious is the sodium content. Salt is added to many cereals to enhance flavor, act as a preservative, and even affect texture. Some seemingly innocent cereals can contain 150–250 milligrams of sodium per serving. Combine that with the sodium from other meals throughout the day, and it's easy to exceed recommended limits, contributing to higher blood pressure. The combination of high sugar and hidden sodium in many processed cereals makes them a less than ideal choice for someone focusing on blood pressure management. Choosing a blood pressure-friendly cereal means being a detective at the grocery store. Look for cereals with whole grains listed as the first ingredient, ideally with 3 to 5 grams of fiber or more per serving. Check the sugar content. Aim for less than 5 to 8 grams of added sugar per serving. And importantly, check the sodium content. Aim for under 150 milligrams per serving. Plain shredded wheat, plain oatmeal you cook yourself, or plain whole grain flake cereals that meet these criteria are much better choices than brightly colored or heavily marketed sugary options. Again, adding your own fruit makes it sweet without the added sugar. So, we've talked about instant flavored oatmeal with its hidden salt and sugar, flavored yogurts packed with sugar, processed muffins and pastries full of refined carbs, sugar, and unhealthy fats, sugar-laden smoothies, and many breakfast cereals with surprising amounts of sugar and sodium. It's a lot to keep track of, isn't it? It can feel overwhelming trying to navigate the grocery store aisles when so many products claim to be healthy. But the key takeaway here is simple convenience and marketing don't always equal health, especially when it comes to managing something as important as blood pressure. The good news is, making changes doesn't have to be drastic or complicated. It starts with awareness. Now you know why these specific foods might be causing problems and what to look for. It's about shifting from processed, pre-packaged items to more whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible, choosing plain versions of foods like oats and yogurt, and adding your own healthy flavorings puts you back in control of what you're eating and how much sugar and salt is going into your body. It's about reading those nutrition labels, even if it takes a moment longer, and understanding that healthy on the front of the box needs to be backed up by the facts on the back. Remember, small, consistent changes are often the most sustainable and effective. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Maybe start by swapping out your instant oatmeal for rolled oats tomorrow. Next week, try plain yogurt instead of flavored. Each small step you take towards choosing less processed, lower sodium, lower sugar breakfast options is a step towards better blood pressure management and overall health. It's about making informed choices that support your body in the best way possible so you can continue to live your life to the fullest. With energy and vitality. Taking care of your blood pressure is a fundamental part of taking care of yourself as you age gracefully. And that surprise I mentioned at the beginning, it's simply this: how much better you'll feel when you start making these changes. You might find you have more stable energy throughout the morning, fewer cravings, and over time, you're supporting healthy blood pressure levels through delicious, simple food. It's not about deprivation. It's about making smarter choices that truly nourish your body and mind. What did you think of these 5 breakfast items? Were any of them regulars in your rotation? I'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you have any questions. Share your experiences or your favorite healthy breakfast ideas in the comments below. Your tips might help someone else. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who can benefit from this advice. And if you want to keep getting practical tips like these to help you live your best life at every age, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're always exploring ways to make healthy living simple and enjoyable. Thank you for watching. And keep making wonderful choices for yourself. Live your best life at every age.